not always easy to practice yoga at home. It can be very distracting. So today I would like to go over a few ways you can minimize those distractions and make your home yoga practice work for you. Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Morgan with Morgan Lee Yoga, and I am a yoga for weight loss teacher. I create these videos to help you build a consistent home yoga practice and to teach you to love your body and lose weight from a place of love and not hate. Let's get started on today's video. We're talking all about distractions in our home and how they can disrupt our yoga practice, but I'm going to give you some tips to reduce those distractions and get back on track with your yoga practice. So I would like to go over 5 different ways you can overcome the distractions in your home during yoga. And number 1, we are going to talk about reducing the noise. Homes can be loud, and that's a good thing because that means we are loving and living in our homes, but it's not such a great thing when we're practicing yoga. So how do I overcome this? I am a mom of 4, and let me tell you, I have practiced yoga multiple times with my kids in the house, and it just gets crazy. But the best way I have learned to combat that is to put in some earbuds. I can do this to either practice along with a YouTube video or maybe even play some soft background music in my earbuds and just kind of not drown out completely because I'm still a mom, but kind of mute or lessen the noise that's going on around me. I'm still aware of my kids and what they are up to, but I don't have to hear all of the talking or whatever's going on in the background. And it just really helps me to pay more attention to my yoga mat instead of what's going on around me. Okay, number 2 is pay attention to what you're seeing when you're practicing yoga. What is in your line of sight? The first thing in this category I want to discuss is clutter, especially surface clutter. Look around. Are your couches full of blankets and pillows? Are your tables covered in papers from school? Your floor covered in toys? What is surrounding you? Physical clutter clutters our brain, and it's just hard for us to really relax if we see all of this clutter around us. So I encourage you to choose a place in your home that has less clutter, or take a few minutes right before you start and just push it out of line of sight. This goes right along into the second part of this little area with what you can see, and that is to-dos. There are specific to-dos in our house that we see on a regular basis. These could be dishes, maybe some packages that we need to return to the post office, library books we need to take back, laundry that needs to be folded. And having these constant reminders of our to-do list can really take you out of your practice. And it really does distract you. If you're in the middle of a flow and you glance over and you see the packages sitting by the door, you're like, oh, I need to take those in today. And then bam, your mind just kind of snowballs off in another direction. So I encourage you, again, be mindful of where you are practicing. Make sure those things are not in your line of sight. If that means quickly loading up the dishwasher before you start or moving that pile of laundry into another room, please do that. So the last thing we can do to help our line of sight is to dim the lights. It just kind of makes everything a little bit easier to take in, and maybe we'll even hide a few of those things we don't want to see. But I really do love practicing with the lights dimmed down. It makes it less harsh on my eyes and just a little bit easier environment to be in. Number 3, go ahead and take a moment before you start your practice. Silence any notifications on your phone or your computer if that is around. You just don't want to be interrupted. And I promise, any texts or emails that you are going to get in that 30 to 60 minutes where you are practicing is not worth the interruption. So they can wait for you to finish having this time for yourself. Do not stress about it. You can turn them right back on when you're finished. But I know it will make a big difference if you're not hearing those dings go off every other breath. Number 4, Choose when you practice wisely, because I can tell you there's a big difference of practicing in the morning versus the night versus right during my lunchtime. Now, sometimes this is unavoidable just based on our schedule, but if you can, choose a time in your home when it's quieter. For me, this would be early in the morning before my kids wake up, or maybe even after my kids go to sleep. Those would be the best 2 times for me to practice. It's not always easy getting up before my kids and making sure I get that movement in, but it is definitely worth it to not have to worry about what they're doing, what trouble they're getting into, or them asking for a snack 500 times. So can you adjust your schedule a little bit to make it so you aren't having to practice when there's a lot of distractions around? Think about it and see what you can come up with. Okay, the last thing I would like to talk about today is being prepared. Before you step onto that mat, make sure you have everything that you need. Make sure you have your blocks, your strap, a towel, a water bottle. And most importantly, make sure there's just enough space to move, because if you are doing your vinyasa and your hand hits a wall, it's going to be very distracting. It's going to take you right out of your breath. So just set yourself up for success. Make sure you have everything you need so you don't have to run into the other room and grab your blocks or grab a towel to cushion your knees. Just have it all available. Just keep it all in the same place every day so when you go to do your yoga practice, it's there and you have no excuses. I hope that those 5 ways helps you a little bit to get a distraction-free yoga practice in your life. Let's keep the discussion going. Leave a comment below and tell us how you minimize distractions for your home yoga practice. Thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.